joining us. I'm Devin Daigle. Coming up, one person is dead after confronting Rumford police with a rifle. Plus, attention turns to the yellow flag law to see if more can be done to prevent more mass shootings. And a Madison man charged with depraved indifference murder pleads not guilty. All those stories and more shortly. But first, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, happy Halloween and a beautiful day here so far with just a few clouds passing through and temperatures that won't be too bad either as we head towards the afternoon period. We zoom things out though. The front has since tracked to the south, a little bit of rain developing with that, but overall we're looking pretty good as we do move forward. This front not moving as quickly, but definitely some precipitation developing with that. But so far this afternoon though, just a few clouds passing through, otherwise remaining rather clear with a mostly clear to partly cloudy sky expected later on tonight with a few more clouds on the way as we head towards Wednesday morning. As for the wind, not too bad either, roughly out of the northwest at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few higher gusts expected this afternoon, but backing off overnight tonight, so that'll be some good news. With a notice of gusty winds along the ocean again, especially as we head towards tomorrow. It won't be as bad on land, but a few higher gusts expected as you get closer toward the ocean by Wednesday afternoon into the evening time frame. So on his Halloween, lower 40s on the way, mostly sunny and breezy out there. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 20s on the way, becoming partly cloudy with the wind overall looking nice and calm. As we move ahead towards tomorrow, lower 40s, not bad either as we start November off with a mostly cloudy sky. That north wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour at times. That hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, some sunshine, some clouds mixed in from time to time. Temperatures not too bad in the lower 40s and then cooling off overnight. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. A Madison man who was arrested in connection with a murder pled not guilty during his arraignment this morning. Roland Flood, was arraigned in Somerset County Superior Court Tuesday morning. He has been accused of murdering his roommate, Mark Tribune, of Anson. Flood is being charged with intentional or knowing or, alternatively, depraved indifference murder. He is being held without bail at Somerset County Jail. Authorities are investigating a deadly police-involved shooting outside the Rumford Police Department. It started around 8:20 last night when a citizen arrived at the police station after being followed by a vehicle around town that was not known by the citizen. That's when a vehicle matching the citizen's description pulled up and a man got out and confronted officers with a rifle. 2 officers opened fire and the suspect was brought to the Rumford Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The suspect has been identified as 23-year-old Sean Diamond of Canton. The 2 officers are now on administrative leave while the Attorney General's office investigates the shooting. In other news, the Lewiston community is coming together to mourn and pay tribute to those who lost their lives. Our Corey Bouchard met with community members as they pay their respects and begin the healing process.
Behind me is one of the many places that have been set up for the people of Lewiston and surrounding communities to come and pay their respects for the victims of those lost on Wednesday night's mass shooting.
You know, I grew up in Auburn, and, you know, I would be devastated one way or the other. This is a very small community. I knew that we would know people who were lost, and we would know someone that lost somebody. We didn't realize that it would be as close to home as it was.
It's hard, unfortunately. Just keep positive. Keep your surroundings close. It's hard, honestly.
You're in the midst of, you're still processing. The real fight doesn't start until we say our final goodbyes.
All 3 agree that despite this tragedy, Lewiston and its surrounding communities will come together and continue to heal from this trauma.
We're just really strong. We just push it together. We're a small, big community. We just live life how it is, and hopefully we become bigger and better.
Just continue to love on these families, on the community, because it impacts all, and just be with them and make sure that these resources are available, not next week, not next year, because there's no time limit on our trauma and grief.
I think, you know, we continue to support each other, come together. We've always considered ourselves, we're Mainers, we're strong, and this affects everybody, you know, very deeply.
There are a number of different people and organizations that travel around from tragedy to tragedy, helping to provide support to those impacted. On a future broadcast, we'll hear from a few of them. In Lewiston, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Investigators say the mass shooting suspect attempted to buy a suppressor but was stopped from doing so in August. The ATF confirms he tried to purchase what is known as a silencer, but was denied because of a mental health question just a few months before the Lewiston shooting. The suspect would have had to fill out a form which asks if the purchaser was ever committed to a mental institution. If the purchaser answered yes, the sale would be denied. We have learned he did spend time in a mental health facility over the summer after he reported to hear voices and threatened to shoot up a military base. It is legal to own a suppressor in Maine, but under federal law, you do need a permit. In the immediate aftermath of last week's shootings, conversations are starting to focus on what, if anything, could be done differently and what needs to happen next to keep Mainers safe. One of the many areas of discussion is Maine's yellow flag law. Our Doug Banks spoke with lawmakers and officials to understand how the yellow flag operates.
What that action will be must be the product of a broad discussion among a diverse group of voices. The people of Maine deserve this discussion.
Maine's yellow flag law passed only a few years ago and has already had 82 reports, according to Commissioner Soschuk, is one of the many things fueling conversation following the horrific mass shootings in Lewiston. Maine's yellow flag law, or Act to Prevent Sustainable Threats, starts with a call taken by law enforcement, who then takes that person into protective custody and files a weapons restriction order. Later, they're evaluated by law enforcement and a medical practitioner.
Then a law enforcement officer has to take that and have it reviewed by either a judge or a justice of the peace.
If they agree, they will sign off on the order, store all weapons under law enforcement's control, and proper authorities are notified, including databases for law enforcement and NICS,
which is the National Instant Criminal Background Check System. And what that is a system that federally firearms licensed dealers check prior to selling a firearm.
We should have a registry. Having the public, having full information should help in future episodes.
Just 4 years ago, Representative Billy Bob Fockingham voted no on the law passing, stating he was erring on the side of protecting citizens' constitutional rights.
It would have unintended consequences. It would cost the lives of veterans because they wouldn't seek the help they need.
Though the law ultimately passed, today, Fockingham reflected on his no vote.
Looking at it in hindsight, that definitely was a law that did strengthen law enforcement's ability to take weapons from dangerous people.
Lawmakers and government officials will continue to debate on what could have or should have been done to prevent this tragedy, including whether Maine's yellow flag law does enough.
We have a shared responsibility going forward to do everything we can to make sure this doesn't happen.
It's too early to point fingers, but at some point we're going to have to figure out why this individual did not have their firearms taken from them.
We received information from Maine State Police about Card's previous criminal record, showing only one OUI charge and no violent crimes. In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
As schools in central Maine began to reopen yesterday, a social media threat closed all of MSAD 49 schools, as well as others in the Fairfield area. Our Grace Blanchard has the details.
Schools in the Fairfield area remained closed on Monday after one of MSAD 49 schools was the target of a social media threat.
I think anytime there's any concerning comment made, especially towards a school district or that involves a school district, we're going to take that seriously and we are going to thoroughly investigate it.
According to Officer Dugas, the threat was made through a Facebook post on Sunday, though the Fairfield Police Department is not releasing which school page the threat was made to or the contents of the threat.
We don't believe there's any imminent threat to the school district, but we did ask for that extra time so we can thoroughly investigate the comment.
A message went out to parents about the closure Sunday evening, leaving many feeling anxious and frustrated.
It's very nerve-wracking to think about sending the children back. But with everything getting a lot harder and scarier in this world, we deserve to know how they're going to protect our children better.
The superintendent issued a statement to the community saying school will resume on Tuesday with an increased law enforcement presence. In the statement, she said, quote, "Please know that our efforts are dedicated to the physical safety and emotional well-being of our students. Every child and truly every person deserves to feel safe at school."
Obviously, everybody's concerns are more heightened right now. We're working with several partner law enforcement agencies going forward with the investigation.
In Fairfield, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at some of our national stories. Don't go anywhere.
Question 3 is too costly and too risky.
It's a $13.5 billion gamble that puts politicians in charge.
It will increase our electric bills.
We can't afford higher electric bills. And the politicians, they're not even required to have an operations plan when they take over. No plan to keep the lights on?
Not even for emergencies or power outages.
That's a bad idea.
Mainers can't afford this costly proposal.
I'm voting no on 3. It's a risk we can't afford.
If you're a Medicare beneficiary, call now to see how a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan could get you some big benefits, including this all-in-one WellCare Spendables debit card to use for over-the-counter health items. Find out how easy it is to get all of your original Medicare coverage, plus extra benefits. A WellCare Medicare Advantage plan is designed to fit your needs so you can be your best every day. You could have medical coverage, coverage for prescription drugs, dental, vision and hearing, and the WellCare Spendables debit card to make getting the coverage you need more convenient. The WellCare Spendables debit card can be used for over-the-counter health items. And here's more good news. You can get a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan with a $0 or low monthly plan premium. How can WellCare offer all of those benefits for a $0 or low monthly plan premium? It's simple. Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage are important parts of Medicare. WellCare has a contract with Medicare to offer and provide these important options to you. Call right now to get your free copy of the WellCare All-in-One Guide. Call 1-877-282-3827 now. There is absolutely no obligation for requesting this free information. WellCare offers benefits that go beyond the basics, and we make them easy to use so you can support your best health. Call today to get your free copy of the All-in-One Guide with absolutely no obligation. Your free guide will provide information to make a smart choice for your healthcare coverage. Just call 1-877-282-3827. Remember, there's no obligation for requesting this free information. So call 1-877-282-3827. Call today.
You were watching WVII ABC 7 Lewiston Strong.
Now, to a lawsuit that seeks to keep former President Trump off the ballot in 2024. Those bringing the case argue that under the Constitution, Trump's conduct on January 6, 2021 prohibits him from taking office again. ABC's Andrew Drimbert has the details.
This morning, lawyers for former President Trump appear confident they can beat an unprecedented lawsuit which could determine whether Trump is ineligible to hold office again.
Their case is incredibly weak, and they don't prove much of anything except they dislike him. That's really what they've proved.
A group of voters in Colorado filed a lawsuit arguing Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election leading to the January 6 riot at the Capitol should prohibit him from becoming president again.
Trump incited a violent mob to attack our Capitol, to stop the peaceful transfer of power under our Constitution.
The lawsuit invokes the 14th Amendment, written after the Civil War, aimed at people who fought for the Confederacy, disqualifying anyone who engaged in insurrection or rebellion from serving in government. To make their case, lawyers for the plaintiffs yesterday played Trump's message to his supporters on January 6th.
We're going to walk down and I'll be there with you.
But Trump's lawyers argue the former president never called for violence and did not walk down to the Capitol as he said he would.
The best they have is trying to be a mini-me January 6th report. That's the best they've got. Sort of a pretty slick movie production. And that's not real evidence. That's a partisan witch hunt.
The lawsuit is one of several trying to remove Trump from the ballot under the 14th Amendment. A case in Minnesota is set to begin Thursday. Other lawsuits are filed in New Hampshire and Michigan.
Ultimately, the issue seems destined for the U.S. Supreme Court with its conservative majority, though in the past, that's not necessarily been a guarantee of rulings in favor of Donald Trump.
The hearing in Colorado is expected to wrap up on Friday. A judge will decide the case, not a jury. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
The long-standing auto workers' strike appears to be over, with General Motors joining Ford and Stellantis in agreeing to a tentative deal with workers. Fox's Bill Mugen has the latest.
In Michigan, auto workers breathed a sigh of relief on Monday after the third and final Big Three auto manufacturer targeted by the United Auto Workers Union was announced to have reached a tentative deal, effectively ending their nearly 6-week strike.
I think that was a relief for everybody, so we know we won't be out here long.
The UAW says the deal includes a 25% increase in base wages through April 2028 and will allow GM employees at certain plants a chance to transfer to battery or electric vehicle plants when there is an opening. In a video statement, UAW President Shawn Fain boasted of what he called a historic agreement.
We were relentless in our fight to win a record contract, and that is exactly what we accomplished.
At the White House, President Biden praised the deal, calling it a win for the U.S. economy.
Folks, look, today's historic agreement is yet another piece of good economic news showing something I've always believed. Worker power. Worker power is critical to building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up.
In a statement, GM's CEO also applauded the deal, saying it would enable their company to continue to invest in the future and provide good jobs, while saying, quote, "We are looking forward to having everyone back to work across all of our operations, delivering great products for our customers and winning as one team." If agreed to by auto workers and these deals become final, the next round of negotiations won't be until 2028. That's when the UAW says talks will extend beyond Detroit's Big Three. In Los Angeles, Bill Malugin, Fox News.
When we return, we'll meet an organization that finds old dogs new homes, and we'll have your full weather forecast.
When it comes to fixing your car, you should have a choice.
But out-of-state automakers are starting to restrict access to your car's mechanical data.
That means local independent repair shops like mine,
and mine too, will lose their ability to diagnose problems and make repairs,
forcing you to expensive dealerships.
Right to Repair will protect your choice.
Your choice.
It's your car. Get it fixed where you want.
Please vote yes on question 4. Yes on Right to Repair.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA Insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
This Veterans Day, join Fox ABC Maine as we salute and honor our veterans. Are you an active, inactive, or retired member of the armed services? Do you know someone who is? Then upload your photos on foxbangor.com/Maine Heroes. We will randomly select multiple veterans to win a gift voucher from Chick-fil-A. Locally sponsored by Bangor Tire Company, Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company, Marilyn Monroe Spas, and Ray Plumbing and Heating.
I got hurt by a big truck. Why did I call the twos? Because life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money, and I'll fight to get it for you. We got a client who broke multiple bones in a commercial vehicle accident, $700,000. Another client had a brain injury, and we got them $1.15 million. If you get hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
Old Dogs New Digs is a nonprofit in Maine, Colorado, and New Mexico dedicated to finding homes for senior cats and dogs so their final months or years are not spent in a shelter. Our Jody Hersey has more.
You are such a good dog. Yeah? I am so spoiled with you, bud.
Katie Small of Ellsworth is a case manager for Old Dogs New Digs, an all-volunteer nonprofit dedicated to finding short-term, long-term, and foster homes for senior cats and dogs. She's also fostering Micah, a 12-year-old all-black male German Shepherd.
Because the seniors, they spend a lot more time in the shelters, and it takes longer for them to be adopted, and it's harder on them being there. So giving them the opportunity to, like in his case, lay on a couch all day instead of in his kennel, it's great.
Small says Old Dog New Digs works with shelters from Calais to Portland, and the nonprofit, like many others in Maine, could use more volunteers.
Then we also have folks who help us out with things like driving, so transporting dogs either between fosters and shelters or to vet appointments.
Loris Young of Herman has been fostering senior dogs for years.
I cook for all of them. They don't get any commercial dog food or...
Young admits caring for a senior dog might not work for certain families, but her household is fortunate enough to dote on these loving companions in their final days.
I think the first thing people think of is, well, we won't have them very long. And that's true, you might. But that dog will have, the end of that dog's life will be filled with love.
Katie Small could not agree more.
There's something so rewarding about getting to spoil a dog through, those last few weeks, months. You really see the joy in their face, and it's worth every second, even if it's short.
In Ellsworth, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Now, here is your full forecast with Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, happy Halloween. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Healing Hands Massage in Hampton, providing professional massage services tailored specifically for their clients. Stop by Healing Hands Massage today. You'll thank yourself later. Alrighty, so we did have a small crowd advisory posted earlier this morning. It dropped at around 11 a.m., so we're looking pretty good now with regards to that, though. Although the ocean was active for a while, though, and it even reached up to 4 to 5, even 6 feet at times, though it's still rather active farther out towards sea, but closer toward land, things are starting to calm down, and that's why they allowed that small crowd advisory to expire, at least for the time being. Otherwise, a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds during the afternoon period, and a radar and satellite otherwise remaining quiet in our backyard, though. But notice it's front right about in here that this is all tracking off towards the east. High pressure is going to be moving in for us, keeping us nice just in time for Halloween later on tonight, though. There's a few clouds approaching as we head towards tomorrow morning and maybe overnight as well. Futurecast moving forward, though, a lot of sunshine on the way, maybe a few clouds during the afternoon period. Overnight tonight, maybe a few passing clouds becoming partly cloudy, a few clouds moving again as we head towards your Wednesday. Sunshine to start. Then during the afternoon period, more clouds do start to approach. A mixture of clouds and sunshine, the general idea. And then by Wednesday night and a parts of Thursday morning, again, a lot of those clouds begin to get out of here. So overall, we're looking pretty good, at least through the day on Thursday. We do have some gusty winds, so reaching up to around 15, maybe 20 miles per hour in a few spots, a few higher gusts, maybe up to 25 miles per hour at times. That will back off later on tonight, but just in time for tomorrow, though, look what happens. The winds get gusty yet again, especially along the coastline with some gusts reaching up to 20, perhaps 25 miles per hour at times as the weather continues to remain active in a few spots. Our average high temperature is 52 degrees. We'll do the lower 40s today and tomorrow, so we will be below normal, but then warming up Thursday into the mid-40s. Then we're back into 50s, right near average as we head towards Friday into Saturday, and remaining near average again as we head towards Sunday into Monday as well. So these cooler temperatures will not be lasting very long. Your forecast for today on this Halloween, lower 40s, mostly sunny, getting breezy out there. The northwest wind up to around 25 miles per hour at times, and just in time for Halloween. Temperatures cooling off a little bit later on tonight, though, falling eventually into the 30s and even upper 20s as it begins to wrap up. So have the coats handy. You might need that as you head out for trick-or-treating. But eventually, though, we will be falling into the lower 20s with a partly cloudy sky and the wind overall looking nice and calm. As we move ahead towards tomorrow, we have lower 40s and a mostly cloudy sky. The north wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here is a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Healing Hands Massage. A lot of sunshine on Thursday with highs in the mid-40s. Lower 50s on Friday with a mostly cloudy sky. And rain showers move in on Saturday, highs in the lower 50s.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Are your gutters weighed down by debris causing them to sag and overflow?
I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems. Clogged gutters lead to costly repairs for your home, so skip the cleaning and stop the clogs with Gutter Shutter. Gutter Shutter, the world's best gutter, is a high-performance gutter with a lifetime no-clog guarantee. Stop the clutter, get Gutter Shutter. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
This Veterans Day, join Fox ABC Maine as we salute and honor our veterans. Are you an active, inactive, or retired member of the armed services? Do you know someone who is? Then upload your photos on foxbangor.com/Maine Heroes. We will randomly select multiple veterans to win a gift voucher from Chick-fil-A. Locally sponsored by First National Bank, Healing Hands Massage, Silver Fox Automotive, and Triple S Tax Shop.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with fast and reliable internet for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited mobile line, and a free Xumo Stream Box when you add Spectrum TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-499.
Welcome back. A house in Dover Foxcroft is all decked out for Halloween. Our Callie Warren takes us to these spooky sights.
This exceeds my expectations!
While this house may look haunted, it's actually the result of months of hard work by Dover Foxcroft's McKenney family.
We get excited every year for this and enjoy all the people that come out, and we just enjoy doing it for the kids and all the adults and kids that stop by to see it.
This is the second year in a row the family has worked on an elaborate Halloween display. This year's setup boasts a handmade 30-foot pirate ship that the family has worked on for quite some time.
Oh gosh. How many hours, Phil?
A lot.
McKenney says an estimated 70% of her display is handcrafted, with the main exceptions being 12-foot-tall robotic creatures. She designs every piece of the setup, from a detailed graveyard to a ragtag band of skeleton pirates. It's a labor of love for the family as they hope to spread joy during the season.
We make things that people can be able to put their children on to take pictures, like the bench or in front of the ship, and just stuff so they can have memories with their children.
In Dover Foxcroft, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Wow, that house looks amazing. Well, for a few lucky kids down in the D.C. area, Halloween came early at the White House. President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden handed out goodies Monday to trick-or-treaters. The ghosts and goblins were local public school students and children with connections to the military. They not only received candy, but the First Lady also gave out the little visitors books, and the children got to take part in a spooky story time with special guests reading their favorite books of the season. That's all for ABC 7 News at Noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Devin Daglin. We'll see you later tonight on ABC 7 News at 6, but until then, happy Halloween.